First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and the Bon Sales Great Millstone, while lunch is truth. And also to those elect that scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, and come back here today with another great and powerful lesson to the spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And the title of the lesson is Watchman Report, Major Cyber Attacks. So I like to say Shalom to all that listen. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a quick news article here by Newsweek. And it says, cyber cripples major U.S. healthcare network. Let's get a little bit more. It says, Ascension, a major healthcare network that runs 140 hospitals across the U.S., has been hit by a cyber attack. Procedures are being postponed and ambulances are being diverted while Ascension attempts to deal with the disruption. Cyber hacks of healthcare organizations are a rising threat to American patients. So we already been warned about this, early 2023, that there will be cyber attack. Even had an FBI warning of cyber attacks, or even terrorist attacks across America. So we're seeing that these things are constantly picking up, and also we know that it will affect your infrastructure, will affect your transportation. It also will affect your internet, your communication, your power grid. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things coming down the pipeline. They're telling you about cyber attack. They're telling you about rolling blackouts. You know what I'm saying? No internet. It could be a EMP attack. So a lot of things are coming. So this basically, we're at war, and a lot of people are still asleep. So we're seeing that these hospitals right here, Ascension Healthcare, has been hit by a major cyber attack, so where it's disrupting a lot of people, whereby they won't be able to get their medical supply or their medicine right when they want it. So a lot of people might be on dialysis. You might have people that are what you call diabetic, and one thing about it, they have to have that medicine at a certain time, and they don't get it. Then we already know that many will be taken in a great number. Also, this could also deal a cyber attack and also affect the banking industry. We already know that we're coming upon a great economic collapse. We already know that the dollar is getting ready to be obsolete. We're in this transition period of this digital cashless society. So a lot of these things are constantly happening. Also, the WEF has already warned that there will be cyber attack, major cyber attack, massive cyber attack. It will be dealing with once again, your banking. We'll be dealing with the transportation, the railroads, your public transportation, a lot of different things. Also, the car that you drive in. Also they've been saying you will own nothing and be happy. The internet. Communication. We go over these things over and over because we'll sound like a broken record, but these are the times that we're living in. And also this cyber attack has affected several states where these hospitals was, they've been across America, but I think Alabama was one, and there was another one in another state. I can't recall, but just like I say, these things gonna constantly pick up. So we're seeing that they're hitting these hospitals right now, whereby a lot of people right now are sick and needy, need this health care to survive. So we already knowing that right now, that we knowing that the very young and also the elderly and people that's on these meds or medication, that they need to survive, will be the first one to be, unalive. I'm trying to say it in a way whereby it won't be taken down. So we're seeing that right here. Let's read a little bit more of this. It said Friday, May the 10th. It said 2024. It said Healthcare Day News. It said Ascension, a major U.S. healthcare system with 140 hospitals in 19 states, announced late Thursday that a cyber attack has caused disruption at some of its hospital. So we see it right now. So a lot of people know, you already said, I think I had a couple of, I think it was a couple of months back whereby that they weren't going to be answering 911, certain 911 calls. So we see how, you see how this playing out. So we already know they want this order out of chaos. We already know once it happened, a lot of people are getting ready to be bugged out of their mind when they cannot get to the hospital. They call 911. Someone could be a medical need a medical assistant, and then they're not coming because now they'll tell you that it's been a cyber attack. And also in the news they're saying about a geomagnetic storm, solar flare. What I'm saying, might cause power grid outage, might cause the communication once again, might cause your cell phone to be out, Wi-Fi. So we're seeing how this is going. So we right now, what I'm saying, this we right here, at the beginning of sorrow. Also, we know that war has been declared, but a lot of people still are sleeping, still are not considering the signs of the time, and all these things are constantly happening left and right. So we seeing, man, we're here, it is at the door. So hey, man, we knowing that they're hitting these hospitals. We already know they already hit the infrastructure. They're constantly infiltrating, with these cyber attacks. We already had rumors of China and Russia, will hit these our computer system. And also we already know that right now everything is electronic. So we already know if something goes down, it's going to affect the whole system. So we know that right now, the Lord is constantly breaking the staff of bread. So, they constantly saying that this whole weekend that there will be a solar flare. So, a lot of things are coming down the pipeline. A lot of people will not be able to get their medication because won't be able distribution of their medication. They won't be able to get it when they want to get it. And sometimes, some people got to have it, they don't have it, it's going to cause them to leave here early. So we seeing that these things come, blackouts, things are coming down the pipeline. And also it's going to affect, if they hit us, keep hitting us harder and harder, it's going to affect everything, the way things have been run. So we already knowing that, we're upon that time, a time of trouble that we have never seen before. So now let's go here to our next little news article, and we're going to look up cyber attack also. Let's go here to this one here, The Guardian. Let's got here, The Guardian news article. It says here, it said warning over solar storm that could give U.S. rare view of northern lights. Let's see what it said. It said NOAA issue warning to extreme G5 geometric storm with effects due to last through weekends and possibly until next week. So we seeing that he's talking about these solar flares. It says a ferocious solar storm powerful enough to knock out or disrupt satellites and communication system, the power grid and radio signals, said was raging on Friday. He said Friday, said space weather researchers warn. So we seeing right now that, this is dealing with, our infrastructure, it's dealing with our power grid, dealing with these substations. It already was, I think was early 2023, they was attacking these substations, so they trying to cause this disruption. They trying to bring forth this chaos, order out of chaos, so they can bring forth that solution. What is that solution? The new world order. We're not ignorant of Satan devices. So we seeing right here, they telling you, they got to have something to blame it on. So we seeing you got to have a discernment of the spirit. We seeing how these things going. But it's all through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So they keep telling you about cyber attack over and over. So we seeing right now these things are constantly happening left and right. A lot of people are constantly not considering. People going on talking about Mother's Day, this wicked ass holiday, pagan holiday. We're not even concerned about it. One thing about it, that's why the Lord said you got to be watching. You got to be praying. You got to have a sober mind, a stable mind. When these things come upon it, it's going to come like a normal day while you're drinking, while you're being married, as of the days of Noah, as of the days of right now. There's no new thing under the sun. So we seeing these things will constantly pick up. We seeing it, they're happening right before our eyes. And one thing about it, men of the Lord, we're out here right now constantly warning you. And also we know that what? Famine of the word is fast and pro. And also we know about that grain of rice. So let's look up the what is a cyber attack. I think I got it already pulled up. It's right here, just for edification purpose. It says here, what is a cyber attack? A cyber attack is any intentional effort to steal, expose, alter, disable, or destroy data, so applications or other access through unauthorized access to a network, computer system, or digital device. He said threats actors start cyber attacks for all sorts of reasons. Said from petty theft to acts of war. So we already know that this is a declaration of war. And one thing about it is a lot of things they won't tell you, in the news. That's why you gotta have a discernment. You gotta be spiritual to see what's coming. So one thing about the men of the Lord, and also that great multitude, we understand what's getting ready to happen. And one thing about it, the Lord said, he revealed his secret to his servants, the prophets. And one thing about it is that, we knowing that right now that he's getting ready to make his move. But when he get ready to strike, the Lord is getting ready to strike right back. So let's get a quick precept before we start today's video. Let's go here. Let's go here to Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 7. Also Rock chapter 5 and verse 7. It said, make no terror to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So right now, a lot of people are delaying, not aware, are not being circumspect, not redeeming the time wise. You don't have no idea what is going on. They're constantly are sleeping. The Lord has gave them a spirit of deep sleep. The Lord has closed the door on them. And one thing about a lot of people right now in peace and security right now. One thing about it, all hell is getting ready to break loose. Let's go here. Verse 8, it says, set not thy heart or your mind upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. So we very close to that time. So a lot of people think that they're a good case. A lot of people thinking that, say, hey, everything is fabulous right now. Everything is going according to plan. One thing about it is that what are you going to do when things get out of control? And one thing about it, if you do not have faith, you do not have works, you do not know the true names of the Heavenly Father, you will be totally destroyed. You calling on white man Jesus, that is idolatry, and you will be totally destroyed. The true names of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. That means that he is or he exists. And our Lord and Savior and our great deliverer is Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, mean that he saves, he delivers. And one thing about it, you got to know those names. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Because one thing about it, we already know that the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. And we seeing it is happening right before our eyes, any given time. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, we see this is the quiet before the storm. So now, we'll start today's video, and after the video, we'll start the lesson, and I hope that you will get edified.
Breaking news coming out that Ascension Health, the largest Catholic hospital chain in the United States, has been hit by a cyber attack. Reports coming out this morning disrupting patient care. Now, the attack follows another one that has caused weeks-long disruptions to insurance giant United Health. And now we're hearing that this major chain, this Catholic hospital chain, the largest in the United States, being hit today with a cyber attack. Now, I'm going to be giving you the latest information. All of these articles are going to be linked in the description below, so you can know exactly what's going on. And this is coming as well, as I mentioned, coming off of United Health having a major issue with cyber attacks as well. It seems like the medical industry being hit left and right with these attacks. Now, also, we're going to be diving into the details of all of this. And if you are somebody that depends on medications or has a family member that does, also pinned in the description for you, lifesavervault.com, to get backup meds, have things ready just in case pharmacies, prescriptions are unable to fulfill and you need meds. You can have some on hand, and also additional resources in case more cyber attacks hit, linked in the description below under the resource section. But let me go ahead and get you caught up on the latest as to what's going on, so you know exactly what's taking place as of today, May 9th, 2024. It's the middle of the day.
So quick update here on the Ascension cyber attack. Looks like this is bigger issue than originally thought. Looks like there's multiple cities reporting multiple outages due to the cyber attack. So it looks like they're in the containment phase. They're trying to take as many systems offline right now. So that means they're still trying to assess the situation. They're still trying to get it under control, contain whatever type of attack happened. And most likely this is a ransomware attack, just kind of based on how everything's wording. So they're going to continue to take systems offline so they can limit it from spreading. In addition, if the cyber criminals have access to the health information, they're going to sever that connection by taking these systems offline. So just based on what I'm hearing, this looks like this could possibly be a prolonged event if it's hitting multiple areas in different regions of the U.S. So keep you updated on this as I get any more information, or if any of my resources provide any updates, I'll definitely update everybody. So if you have any specific comments or questions, please post in the comments or send me a message. I'll do my best to answer them.
There is a video from the World Economic Forum leader, Klaus Schwab, and it is terrifying. I'm just going to leave this here for you.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
Half and half on most conspiracy theories, but based on what this guy's saying, one of the most powerful people in the world, it makes me want to go out and buy a cabin in the woods somewhere, off-grid. What are your thoughts?
I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for May the 10th. We have a lot of things going on yet again. A severe geomagnetic storm is expecting to come today, late into the 11th. It will be at its strongest, and we have a possibility of a complete collapse of our power grid because of these geomagnetic storms. It is no joke. Due to the high amount of X-class flares that we have been getting the whole week since Saturday, we have been getting an influx of so much highly magnetic energy. Not only that, but our government is microwaving the shit out of us. So we have two factors at play. We always have two factors at play. There's a natural factor, and then there's the artificial factor that they're playing right on top of this. So keep that in mind when you're hearing the conspiracy theories. Yes, use your discernment, guys. You're smart. Use your discernment. We also had another strong X-class flare early this morning. So these X-class flares send us into a type 2 and another type 4 radio blackout, which means that it's putting even more strain yet again on our power grid. Main station, Texas, substations, distributed everywhere. Yes, they have been testing them for quite a while. They have been testing what exactly the power strength in those areas are when they go out, and what is the repercussion after they have these effects and they shut it down themselves. Just saying, that's your conspiracy theory of the day. It's not a conspiracy, actually. This is what is really happening. This is where our radio...
So we see that we're very close, so you constantly seeing these things and constantly picking up. And one thing about it, while you're sleeping, hey, he's constantly getting busy, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So we're seeing that these things is constantly wrapping up. We're seeing it's gradually coming in. We know they get ready to bring forth this new system. A lot of things are coming into place. It's great economic collapse. We're seeing they constantly telling you about, warning you of what a cyber attack, get prepared, all these different things, because we already know it's getting ready to go down. A lot of these global leaks, they are running to the bunkers, because they already know what's coming down the pipeline. And one thing about it, while you're sleeping, once again, the devil is constantly getting busy. So now let's get started with today's lesson. Let's go here to straight to the point lesson. Let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Let's go here. Straight to the point. 2nd Ezra chapter 16. We'll start up at verse 18. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 18. And it reads, at the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. And what shall I do when these evils shall come? So we know that these evils are fast approaching. The beginning of sorrow, famine, you know what I'm saying? Already, it's dealing with your infrastructure. We already knowing that famine, a food shortage is coming, dealing with your supply chain line, these ports, dealing with your medical supply, dealing with these hospitals where you go get your health care. You might get sick one day. Where you're going to run to. So a lot of people right now, they depend on all this system what they have in place right now, but you're gonna have to depend on Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. He will be the only ounce, and he will be the only ounce and the only way. So like, and one thing about it, we know that we are very close to this time. Great death, so when these things come to pass, when the whole internet, the power grid, these rolling blackouts come into play, your bank industry or your financial system go down, what are you going to do? This the beginning of sorrow, great death, great famines, great wars. We already at the beginning of what? Of World War III. Also, Putin is constantly warning France if they come and help Ukraine, then their things could go nuclear. And also, they already said that they will attack the U.S. also. So it's already been prophesied. Hey, man, we knowing that America's constantly poking the bear, and a lot of things are happening. Cyber attacks already warned us of what? China and Russia. Once again, had to be repetitive because these are the times that we're living in. And also, hey, a lot of people going to be standing in fear, the beginning of evils. We are in some perilous times right now. Things are getting ready to pop off. Things are getting ready to happen. It's time to seek the Lord. Verse 19 said, behold, famine, plagues, and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute. So that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing all these scourges constantly happening, left and right, calamities and catastrophes all around the world, also across America. These major hospitals, they're constantly diverting to other things, sending people to other facilities. But one thing about it, what are you going to do when the lights go out? One thing about all hell is getting ready to break loose. You will own nothing and be happy. That's exactly what they want. They want what? Total control. So these scourges are sent for a minute. Examine yourself. Get your house in order. Let go of the mortal thought and seek Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Verse 20 said, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So a lot of people are not mindful right now. Still going on with their daily lives, and things are constantly happening right before our eyes. Verse 21 said, behold, victual shall be good and cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. And out about it, we see that what's happening. The sword goes in also into what? Judgment, also what? Great death. Famine goes into what? Also what? Food shortage, starvation, and also famine of the word, fashionable, and great confusion, disorder, sedition among men, civil unrest, uproars of the people, kill or be killed, Egyptian against Egyptian. A lot of things are coming down the pipeline. We constantly warning. We seeing these things are constantly picking up. And also the Lord is what? Accelerating time. One thing about it, we know we're very close. The Lord is coming. The great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua is at the door. Jacob's trouble is at the door. It's fast approaching. Verse 22 said, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Let's read this over again. Verse 22 said, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So that's what's getting ready to happen. So Lord is getting ready to bring what? Massive judgment. So let's drop down to verse 37. One moment. And it reads, it said, behold, the plagues draw nigh, are near, and are not slack. Verse 38, it said, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So that's what we're seeing right now. Nothing's slacking down. Everything is coming just like a domino effect, one behind another. And one thing is going to get worse and worse. Things are getting ready to escalate. Verse 39 says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. The world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come up upon it on every side. So one thing about it, that's what's getting ready to happen. The world is getting ready to mourn, great sorrow, great misery, great tribulation, great persecution, and once again, great death and destruction is fast approaching upon us. So we seeing these things are constantly lining up, just like clockwork. They're coming on us on every side. Every day something is going out. These major cyber attacks. One thing about it, we keep hearing rumors of war. This nation is divided. It cannot stand. So we seeing these things constantly picking up through much tribulation. Ye shall enter the kingdom of heaven. Acts 14 and 22. So we knowing that we are very close. Verse 40 said, O my people, hear my words. Make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So one thing about it, saying? Hey, my people, he's talking about what? Israel, the house of David. And one thing about it, they were very close. What is that battle? That's Jacob's trouble. The hour of temptation is fast approach. You get ready to make a decision. It's getting ready to be a global event that's getting ready to come upon us. These times are getting ready to get very dark. It's getting ready to get very, very dangerous upon us. We got to be what? Walking in the spirit each and every day. Leaning not on our own understanding, but constantly what? Trusting and believing in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So let's read this once again. It said, O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And one thing about it, hey, we fear the Lord. And one thing about it, we know that the Lord is going to do a mighty work. We know that the Lord is going to sustain us. We know that the Lord will provide for us, and also the Lord is getting ready to come to deliver us with great glory and great power. So we very close. Let's go here. So we seeing that the Lord comes to what? Breaking the staff of the bread, your necessity, your way of life, your food, your water, your resources. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going what? Getting ready to experience what? Homelessness. A lot of people get ready to experience being without food for several days, not taking a bath. A lot of these things are coming into play. This place is getting ready to be a third world country. Let's go here. It said Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 16. Let's start here. Ezekiel 4 and 16. It said, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure, and with astonishment, be a surprise, amazed, dismayed. But one thing about it, we know that once this happens, when the grid go down, the power grid, the internet, what I'm saying, your water, your food, your banking, financial system go down. We knowing that this is what's going to happen. A great economic collapse. It's going to be a great famine in land. A lot of people, is water going to be rationed out, food short, water short, and also what going to bring forth what? Disease and pestilence. So we seeing that we upon these times. Verse 17, and it said that they may want bread and water and be astonished one to another and consume away for their iniquity. So that's what's getting ready to happen. Lord's getting ready to judge this place. So a lot of people going to consume away because, they're not going to trust in their true power. So the one that saves his life shall lose his life. So that's what's getting ready to happen. A lot of people going to be in panic mode. A lot of people are going to be bugged out of their mind. They're going to have what? A vexation of spirit, because it's going to happen right before your eyes, just like right now. Everything is going normal. All of a sudden, they can pull the plug at any given time. It's time to seek the Lord. So now, let's go to our last and final script. Let's go here to Luke chapter 21. Let's go here to Luke chapter 21. We'll close out here. Luke chapter 21 and verse 34. Let's close out here. And it reads, and take heed to yourself, lest at any time your heart be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that the day come upon you unawares. Verse 35 said, for as a snare or a trap shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Verse 36 said, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So, we're at the end of all things. We're at the end of what this earth age. We're seeing that everything is constantly happening left and right. All these things are happening because what? At the end it shall speak and not lie. These prophecies, the signs of the time, they are here. We're seeing right now, it's more obvious and clear that the end is being manifest right before our eyes. So the title of today's lesson, once again, is Watchman Report major cyber attacks. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.